viewers to the second episode of the Gentleman Gamer. I think today we will again be covering Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the Xbox 360. I've been asked a couple of times what platforms do I play. I play the 360 and I play the Wii primarily. I don't own a PS3 and sometimes I love to go retro, go with the GameCube, the SNES and of course the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, depending on where you're from. But regardless, let's begin, shall we? We begin today's first romp into Marvel vs. Capcom 3 against a Wolverine, Captain America and Albert Wesker team, whereas I am sporting a new team of Magneto, Beautiful Joe and Hagar. Beautiful Joe was a experimental character for me for quite a while. However, the match begins with a level 1 hyper combination for Wolverine. I managed to catch him with the double lariat, but he manages to just... You'll be noticing I'll be using double lariat quite a lot. A, because Hagar is my favourite character, and B, double lariat is just awesome. Anyway, so yeah, I'm actually pounding Wolverine quite badly now with that double lariat assist because he just can't seem to counter it. However, that doesn't mean to say Magneto's safe either. As you can see, he's already in the danger zone. Fly into the danger zone and all that kind of thing. Anyway, I swap him out for Beautiful Joe and I keep using Hagar's lariat. The thing I keep forgetting is Hagar does damage to himself, red damage I should mention, so that means he does get it back whenever he uses double lariat. I used a shocking pink bomb. He gets me with hyper shield slash or whatever it's called, and shocking pink explodes me. How does that work? Well, never mind. I managed to catch Captain America with a body press. Goofed up. I'm a man! Delayed hyper combo into Magneto's magnetic shockwave, taking out the Captain. Now here in comes Wesker. Now Wesker is one of my worst matchups, if I'm completely honest. I've just given the game away so people can beat me online. Anyway, so he manages to activate X Factor and get me with the Ultimate Wesker, I think that's what that thing's called. Anyway, I try and go for another I'm a Man, goof up the timing, and kaboom! Down goes the Mayor of Earth. In comes Beautiful Joe, my experimental character, and as you could probably guess, Wesker goes maximum, and there goes Beautiful Joe. So yeah, good match to begin with. Unfortunately though, I didn't win. Such a shame actually. So let's clock that one up for the loss ratio, shall we? So far, I'm losing 100% of my matches. But on to the next one. I'm using a good old-fashioned team here of Magneto, Tron and Hagar. And we'll be fighting, if I could ever make up my bloody mind. Here we go. We'll be fighting Taskmaster, Akuma and Iron Man. You don't see many Iron Men these days, which is quite a shame actually, because he's quite a good character. So anyway, I am the master of magnetism, blah 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 blah, and all that kind of stuff. I'll steal your moves and forget my wife. I think that's what Taskmaster does anyway. So here we go, onto the fight. I try and catch him off guard with the double lariat. Unfortunately though, he uses his Iron Man beam assist to catch me out. But I managed to get him straight back with double lariat. I goof up with the hyper grab then. And again, but I managed to get him with electromagnetic disruptor. He uses the aim of Hawkeye plus Iron Man's beam assist to zone me out, and he then uses quite a number of techniques to perform quite good combinations. So no, he tries and gets me with the aim of Hawkeye multi-shot, and I try and get him with Shockwave. It doesn't quite work. Again, the bows and the assists. I try and get in there with Tron's pure power. I screw up the combination because that's going to cost me dearly now. I managed to get it with the down heavy and bandit boulder, which is quite a good combination if you ever need something to hit quickly and heavily. Throw him onto the ground. He catches me in the loop into the aim of Hawkeye and Akuma's Hadouken or whatever it's called. Basically I like to call it Dark Hadouken, you know, cancel out all kind of confusion, that kind of thing. Anyway, he catches me. He doesn't quite catch me with it again, but then again I don't catch him with my super either. So far it's not going well for me. I catch him with double lariat. He could have finished off Magneto right there and then, but he dropped the combo. In comes Hagar with the pipe. I managed to catch him with it, ground bounce into aerial launcher. catch him with a aerial disruptor. He activates his level 1 X Factor, which isn't good. I tried to go for a gravity squeeze, unfortunately he stopped me, but I managed to take out Akuma with a combination of the pipe and double lariat, leaving Taskmaster and Iron Man. Taskmaster catches me with the shield smash, or whatever it's called, into launcher, catches me with a few arrows. I've still got X Factor, he doesn't, so my attacks do more damage, but he catches me with triple arrow, and down goes Hagar like a sack of hammers. So yeah, I'm not doing too well at the moment. That's now 2 losses out of 2 matches for me. I'm not going to say I'm a sore loser, but then again, I'm not enjoying this losing streak either. Here we go, this should be a good match. Ryu, Chris and Zero versus Magneto, Sentinel and Hagar. Okay, here we go. Begin the fight. Tries and catches me out with not only a regular Hadouken, but a Shinku Hadouken. I think it's called Shinku Hadouken anyway. I managed to catch him with a Disruptor. In comes the double lariat. I managed to catch him on that one. I screw up the time. I screw up the distance. I always do that with Magneto's down heavy, but never mind. I didn't take any damage from it, which is fine. I managed to catch Ryu with one of the Sentinel drones. Zero is quite the difficult character to fight against, if I'm completely honest, as is Chris. If they can get in and with their quick attacks plus into double lariat, into magnetic shockwave. Here come the grenades. Magneto's lucky to have survived that one, but in comes Sentinel. He catches me with combination punch plus a trap, but I managed to take out Ryu with Hagar's assist plus Sentinel's down medium. Again with the double lariat caught on Chris. I beam Zero as he's coming in. Catch him with, I don't quite catch him, but at least it does chip damage. Down medium into aerial launcher. I grab, yes, command grab Zero in the air. Pipe, uppercut, kaboom. And it's the same thing again for Chris. Unfortunately though, I screwed up the first combination. However, in comes Magneto now, and there it is. I finally managed to pull one back. I now have got a win rate this time of 33.3% recurring because of 2 losses and 1 win. Remember, you can't make 100 from 3. That's the closest you can get. A little bit of mathematics, and I hate mathematics personally. Anyway, let's shuffle the deck. On to the next match. We have Zombie Akuma, Ryu and Wolverine, or as I like to call it, Team Original Beta, because everybody seems to be using that team. Anyway, I now have my old team of Arthur, Hagar and Sentinel, aka Mustache Metal. As you can see, I'm trying to use my various projectiles to effect, which I do quite effectively, including the old bait and switch tactic I like to use with Arthur, which is using his low health as the bait and then using like double lariat or Gustav Fire as the switch. So anyway, I managed to catch Akuma quite luckily on the Goddess Bracelet. Unfortunately though, I don't quite stop Ryu's Shinku Hadouken, so I have no choice but to swap out Arthur if I want to keep him for later with Sentinel. I quite luckily catch him on the beam against that double lariat. I always screw up that time for the double lariat down medium with Sentinel, if I'm completely honest. I don't know what it is. I know the techniques, I just can't get the timings right. Anyway, in comes Hagar. I now try and use both Arthur and Sentinel's projectile assists to help Hagar against his weakness against projectile zoning games. Unfortunately, due to lag, I don't exactly guard as well as I could do or should do. As you can quite clearly see, I tried to activate Hyper Combination and goofed it up badly, losing Sentinel. Anyway, in comes Sir Arthur yet again. I don't get that. How can an axe avoid a Hadouken and then just hit your opponent? It happened with the Soul Fist last time, it's happened with the Hadouken now. What next? Is it going to avoid the Shinku Hadouken and just hit Ryu? Anyway, so again I'm trying to use my projectiles to keep Arthur in the game, despite the fact he has low health now. I managed to catch a Kuma on his way in, which is quite nice. I swap out Hagar yet again, get aerial combination, but he counters. In comes Wolverine. Wolverine and Wesker are two of my worst characters to go up against. Not because of the characters I pick, mind you, but just because of my own personal fighting style. Anyway, I try and go for the Rapid Fist Hyper. Screw it up badly. Berserker Charge. I catch Wolverine in the double lariat. I've only got 10 seconds to go. I try and pipe, try and uppercut. He's just not having any of it. Daggers again. Daggers again. It's now just a turtle sitting game. I managed to catch him with the daggers that time only because he was taunting. That'll teach you for your hubris, you cheeky little punk. Oh, I managed to catch him in an uppercut off the... I should have uppercut him there. Why on earth I swapped out Arthur, I don't know. But I managed to catch Ryu on the way in with my Goddess Bracelet, but then Arthur takes a bit of damage. Time's up. My character's 2 health does not beat his 3 health, so I lose on a timeout. Hard to believe Ryu has 1 million hit points. Yeah, you read that you heard that right. 1 million hit points. Anyway, I've now lost 4 out of 5 games. This really isn't going well for me. Come on, just keep calm. Next match. Every match is different. Magneto, She-Hulk and Hulk. Right. And then Magneto, Tron and Sentinel. 2 very different Magnetos and 2 very different ways of dealing with things. One of them will use technology, the other one will just use pure uninhibited muscle. I managed to catch him a couple of times with the Gustar Fire. Unfortunately, he gets me into an aerial combination. Gets me in Hyper Grab plus She-Hulk's assist. Into Hulk, who's the single strongest character in the game. I don't actually think Mike Hagar, as blasphemous as this is going to sound, can match him in strength. Anyway, I try and catch him in an aerial combination. Doesn't quite work. He now catches both Sentinel and Tron. Oh, it's into the Gamma Tsunami. Into the Magnetic Shockwave. Sentinel is in the danger zone. I've got no choice but to swap in Magneto. Shockwave doesn't do it. Shockwave doesn't do it. Down goes Magneto. Well, my Magneto, I should say, the red one. Purple one is just making mincemeat out of me. Hyper Grab and She-Hulk yet again. Into Hulk. Down goes... into She-Hulk. Down goes Tron. But what the... Yep, down goes Tron Bomb. Even though I caught She-Hulk in the launcher. Into Sentinel, and you know what, I've just about had enough of this. That's 5 out of 6 games I've lost. What the hell? How can I go from being alright one week to totally awful the next? No. You know what, I've just about had enough. I've had it. The next big thing. I have it. Yes! It's genius! Automatic! Pants that you put themselves on! It's genius!